Once again, Arne Slot and his abysmal performance with Liverpool, something you can say it's not the Liverpool way, not the way the Merseyside fans would want to see their season turn out. Liverpool might just be scrambling for a place in Europe come next season. Well, of course, most definitely not the UEFA Champions League, because as it is right now, but you know, the likes of Arsenal, the likes of Manchester City, the likes of Manchester United, and also Aston Villa are the ones that will be taking the top four. But then there's a bit of grace for England, because they can at least have two more representatives in the UEFA Champions League come next season. But the fate of Liverpool under Arne Slot, this is first full season in charge of that side, and you can tell exactly how Liverpool has gone down. A couple of months ago, Mohamed Salah came out and said a bit of culture is now disappearing from that Liverpool dressing room. Talk about selling players without replacing them, especially the ones that are like the leading figure.
Yes, I quite agree. For Arne Slot, this is his second season in charge. His first season, a lot of people believe it was more of a Jurgen Klopp's team.
That's what I'm saying. His first
season with his own squad. After being a lot of investments in that club, over 500 billion was spent. And like we said, for Mohamed Salah saying that he knows what he has seen since time he got to Liverpool. There is this belief that Liverpool are called the mentality monsters. But this time around, we are not seeing that, especially from the defense line point of view. Looking at a couple of players that are brought in, Arnold went no replacement for Arnold. Maybe Conor Bradley, but looking at in terms of what Arnold gives compared to what,
and even the experience. He might be young, but he's got the experience.
Freeport was brought in, but how Slot has gone about using Freeport is more in wing back, where he's more of an attacker than playing the natural position of right back, and it doesn't work. And see how Slot has done since. A couple of players have even played right back. They are not their natural position. Szoboszlai, Curtis Jones are perfect example of those players that have played their position, which is not a natural position. And for Arne Slot, things are not looking good for him. There are a lot of question marks on his man management. If you remember, there was one game that Tiki got a red card, and after doing the post-match press conference, he called the act that Ekitike did stupid. And that can demoralize a player and also cause some certain issues. You don't forget, December 2, we had issues with this same Mohamed Salah, where Mohamed Salah came out to say that
the manager is putting him on that box.
Exactly, and things are not looking good for Liverpool. And this season has not lived up to expectation. They started the season on fire, winning the first 7 games, 5 in the Premier League. But you already saw the cracks of this team when that 5 wins that they had at the start of the season. They were needing lead goals, and it just was a matter of time that time will catch up to them, and that's what we are seeing from them of late.
Talk about cracks in Liverpool. I think the place that is, if there's anything like crackest in that Liverpool squad, has to be the middle of the pack, and a couple of names are already flying around. But it doesn't seem like Liverpool are looking to get into that merry-go-round. There's likes of Adam Watson, there's likes of Elliot Anderson. If you are to be the ones making the rules at Liverpool, which of these positions will you be looking to strengthen the most at the end of this season?
First of all, Salah is replacement. If we can get someone that can give us that Salah's numbers, definitely we can say that yes, Liverpool have someone who can score in the goals. And over time, if you are looking at other European clubs especially, Liverpool don't use the midfield. What they use is the wing backs. They are talking about Robertson and also But this time, that midfield has been weak. Looking at the likes of McAllister, they have no step up. Certainly, Gabriel was one of their best players last season, but this season he hasn't replicated what we saw last season.
I mean, a couple of players who would say they were at their best last season, but you can't find them anywhere. Likes of Ibrahim Konate, likes of Dominic Szoboszlai. I mean, he comes on, gets of more like a weather thingy. Have likes of Gravenberch, like you mentioned. Even likes of Virgil van Dijk was also somewhat top of his game, but looks like possibly age is catching up with him now too.
Yes, but Vedak, I think there are sometimes that he has to own up to some of the mistakes he has done this season. If you watch Fantasy Body Language this season, there are sometimes that when a goal is scored, he tends to focus on other players, not on himself. I can count countless times that he has blamed Kekes just by his body language for some goals that they have considered this season. But as a leader, you should be the first person to take responsibility of what is happening. And Van Dijk that we used to know is not the Van Dijk of what we are seeing for him this season.
And to wrap up things, Arne Slot, one more season at Liverpool, are you for it or against it?
The only grace Arne Slot is getting now is because of he won the league last season. If not because of that, and I think the Liverpool board will be looking at their options. Anthony Raola, yes, he has the Premier League experience, but is it that coach that it will fit the criteria of a big team? That is the question mark. You might be coaching one of the average teams in the Premier League, But the pressure.
But Bournemouth man will be playing in Europe come next season, either the Europa League.
The pressure of coaching a big club is different from the pressure of coaching a Bournemouth side, because now there is the expectation that you must have this consistency in the way you go about your game, and you have to also fight for trophies. Okay. That is not Bournemouth's objective coming into the season. It's different from a Liverpool team entirely. And for Slot, I'll give him the grace of, yes, I won't count the league that he won as a fluke. I know a lot of people will say it's more of your club, but we have seen coaches when a certain team wins the league this season and the following season they are able to replicate that, which Slot was able to do. And just give him one more season and we'll see how they are going to judge him based on.
And Slot one more season at Liverpool, but then a couple of bad records Liverpool have set for themselves. They've lost in total of about 20 games cumulative this season, something that it's not happened like that in a very long time. But yeah, we hope that things are going to turn around for that Liverpool side. Just like Walid had mentioned, Liverpool are a team that is based on mentality. They have their culture and his own culture that keeps them rugged in the English Premier League. Hopefully we see them again flying high next season. This is his first tales, guys. Keep it locked.